All right, ladies, we are in the closet. I wanted to go over a couple of my latest vintage finds. It takes me a very long time to find these things. I've been doing consignment since 2015, really exclusively for my closet. So 95% of my closet is consignment. We've talked about this all the time. I tell you that I buy secondhand, consignment, online, in store, whatever it is, wherever I am, I will seek it out. And there's really no formula. It's really about time and scrolling and figuring out what I'm looking for. I might see something in an old magazine. I'll take a screenshot. I'll find out via Google Lens who the designer is, and then I'll put it on my list. And then I go on this hunt. And sometimes it takes me years to find something. Sometimes there was something recently that I said, what was it? I found, oh, I'll show you. That's one of the pieces. I found a linen Chanel jacket years ago. And then I was scrolling around online the other day and the shorts that matched this jacket showed up. And I thought, oh my gosh, now I get to reunite them. So now I actually have an outfit for that. And it's perfect because it's linen and it's great for South Florida. So I'm going to show you some things. Do I buy from Nordstrom bras and underwear? Yes, of course. But I'm not a fast fashion person. I want quality. I want heritage pieces. I want pieces that last me forever. And I want pieces that retain value. So when I go and reconsign them, I actually get money out of it. So that's one of the things that I do. It's not for everybody. Honestly, it's not for everybody. This is something that is a passion of mine. I love doing it. And every maybe 3 months, every month, every 6 months, I will completely rehaul my closet. There are pieces that I've worn to events that I'll reconsign. I'm buying, and I've told you this before, but it's because I hunt. I buy things less than I can purchase at Banana Republic, J. Crew, cashmere sweaters. I'm getting at a fraction of the cost that J. Crew has, and it's better quality, in my opinion. So that's just something that I do. It's not for everybody, like I just said. If you want to do it, great. If you want to have it as a little hobby, but this is what I do. And I know that a lot of women are always saying, oh, she has all designer and everything. Yes, I do, because I seek it out on consignment and I'm buying pieces that are just an amazing deal. So it takes patience. It really does. It just doesn't happen. You just don't land on the Chanel jacket for $300 like I did. And I showed you in that one video. I've actually reconsigned that jacket since then. And I don't know, I think I made money on it because I bought it so low. And then when I reconsign it, they sell it higher. And it's just great. Just wonderful. I am like the Wall Street trader of clothes. Like I treat my closet like Wall Street. I buy and I trade and I buy low and I sell high. It's really fabulous. Okay. So this is actually a piece that I recently got. This is a Chanel jacket from 1994. I believe this is my microphone, but this isn't actually very interesting because now I'm on the hunt. It's actually a skirt suit. So it came with the skirt, my size perfectly, so it fits. So you have this little skirt. You can see it's a tweed texture. And I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love to have a classic black. I can wear this with jeans like I am now with just little ballet flats. And then the only issue with this is because you never know how it's going to come. It didn't tell me that it's missing a button here and it's missing the same button here. So these buttons, it's very difficult to find Chanel buttons. So I follow a woman on Instagram that is exclusive with restoring, repairing Chanel jackets and clothes. That's exclusively what she does. I'll list her below my video if you're interested in seeing all of her vintage. It's just beautiful. She does it with her mother, but she's in Europe. So I think she's in the Netherlands. And so I contacted her and said, I need to find 2 buttons for this 90s tweed skirt suit. Do you have the buttons or do you know anyone that could help me? So she referred me to someone in Hong Kong. So I contacted her and she said, let me look. And so she got back to me and said she didn't. Then she referred me to another woman that does consignment and Chanel buttons and all of the things in the Netherlands. So everything was in Dutch. So I had to Google Translate and write to her in Dutch because I thought to myself, I need to find these buttons. So I am on a mission. I've never done this before. I just know that you're not going to be able to find this skirt suit. Usually you can find the jacket, maybe if you're lucky, but to have it together and be my exact size and I don't have to alter it and do anything. I'm just hoping that these buttons will show up. And I think that's part of the storytelling, that you know, I'm meeting so many people that are in the same kind of hobby, if you will, in sourcing and vintage and looking. And I've already done eBay and Etsy. I think there's a lot of fake stuff going on over there, but I will find these buttons when I don't know, but it's about being patient and knowing it'll all come together. So that is one of my really favorite little jackets. You can see it's like it perfectly is kind of cinched at the waist and it just fits great and it feels really good. So this is one of my most recent that came this week. Then I bought this really interesting Fendi dress. So it has like this overlay that's tacked on it. I don't know what year it is. I can actually try to do a little history finding on it, but I thought it was interesting how structured it was. So you can see that this comes up around the neck and then you have this really nice structured little cap sleeve, if you will. And then on the back, it's still, you know, it's just all tacked on here. So you have a zipper inside this dress, a little stretchy, the black dress, and then it zips up. And it's almost like this snake kind of feel. It's not, it just kind of reminds me of that. And it opens up like that. So if you can see, it's just a little bit below the knee. And I just think that this is really a spectacular piece, just very constructed. It's just very, I don't know, I just love it. It's kind of futuristic, I feel. I just really liked it. So it fit, which was even better. It was non-returnable. So I was like, please fit, because I've had a lot of things that have come recently that are altered and they're just not going to fit. I had this beautiful Ralph Lauren vintage suit that came and it was like pinstriped and it was beautiful, double-breasted, and the waist was like this big. I'm like, what did they do? What happened? So that is my little Fendi dress. Now, let me pull out my Chanel. Let me show you this Chanel before I look for the linen one. I don't know where I put the shorts. I never showed you this 90s. This is really unusual to have. Like, this is the extra button in here. I got this a couple years ago, but it has the material in here in case like something you need to repair. It has the extra button. It has the actual tag on it. It has a tag from Chanel. This is from the 94 spring collection. And so you have this beautiful, I love the buttons. Like these Chanel buttons are so beautiful. And then you have this tweed, and then you actually have linen sleeves. And then the sleeves at the end have this beautiful tweed at the end also. So this is 100% silk. It is in absolutely immaculate condition, obviously. It has their chain on the inside, and then it came with the skirt. Then the skirt matches so it's this linen. Let's see what it says here. Yeah, it's 100% linen. And then at the bottom of the skirt, it has that detail like it does on the jacket. So I haven't worn this yet. I'm like kind of afraid to because it's in pristine condition with like new with the tags. And I love Chanel from the 90s. 1990 to 1994 is just such a beautiful collection. Speaking of Chanel from the 90s, I got another little skirt suit that I will wear to a little brunch. I actually wore this with jeans, this little jacket with jeans to my hair appointment, and I put it on a reel. This is, you know, it's funny because this is a 44, so it's probably an extra large, but I don't know if we altered it or if it's just, you know, that's why I never look at sizes as in, oh no, I could never wear that I don't want to see an extra large. I have extra large. I have things that are small. They're just so all over the place. You just never know. And Coco Chanel actually made the jackets so you could size them up. So if this was too small for me, there's extra material in here that you can have altered and you can make the jacket bigger. So that's what's really cool about these jackets. So I got that jacket, and then it has a little bit of a longer skirt. It has the matching skirt, but this is a really beautiful detail in the back, having the 3 buttons here. So that is And I always want to make sure that the buttons match because I've seen some recently that are a set and the buttons don't match. And I'm like, that's not the pants that are supposed to go with that jacket, or that's not the skirt that goes with the jacket. So I always make sure that those are the same. So that is my Chanel collection right there. This reminds me of Legally Blonde a little bit, where she wore the pink suit. It's really beautiful. Then I showed you on a live that I got these shoes. There's a little story behind these shoes from Oscar de la Renta. They don't make shoes anymore, but these are shoes that I found that have this beautiful detail they're kind of a cream. They're in pretty good shape. They're my size. So I thought, you know what? I actually had these in black. They weren't my size. Were they black or they were fuchsia? And I had them in my set when I was at the apartment, and I just loved looking at them. They were like a size 6, I think, or 7. And I just kept them because I loved, they were next to my Vogue books. And then I had these beautiful fuchsia pink shoes, and I just loved them. These shoes, when I was getting married, I got married in 2012, but in 2011, I went to a bridal shop in Miami called Ever After, and they had Oscar de la Renta bridal dresses. And those were the shoes that were in the dressing room to try on the dress with. And so I had them on and I took a picture, and I went back to my iCloud to see if I had pictures from 2012 or 2011. And I didn't. It goes back to 2015. And I'm so upset because I took a picture from my perspective looking down with the Oscar de la Renta bridal dress on. And it was just so beautiful. And I loved the shoes, and they were so expensive back then. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, at least, these dresses are just like crazy, but to have the shoes. And I actually ended up wearing Jimmy Choo. But when I saw these, I thought to myself, these were the shoes that I first put on when I was trying on bridal dresses, and it just has such a great memory. And so I got these. I think I got them for $45. And I just love them. I think that there will be a time that I wear these, I don't know for what, but I will. So that is a really nice vintage find. These beautiful little Oscar de la Renta heels. Now, I have a little story for you about my next vintage find. When I was on the boat, and I forgot to tell you this, when I was on the Ritz-Carlton yacht, I forgot to tell you this story, and I couldn't believe that I forgot it, but I'm so happy that I did, so I could tell you in the closet when it comes to all the consignment and what I was thinking. I've been having my eye on an Hermes Kelly 28, and I wanted it to be box leather with gold hardware. And I thought I want it to be vintage. I don't want it to be new. I don't play the Hermes game. I don't do all of that. I don't want to. I think it's really quite silly, to be honest with you. I want to go into a store and be welcomed and be able to buy what I want to buy. I don't want to play a game where I have to spend a certain amount of money to be offered something that I might not like. I find it very strange. I can't even stomach watching the girls on TikTok do this, because I know some people like the game. They like that there's like a whole hierarchy for this thing. I personally don't. I don't really understand why you would be motivated by that, but to each their own. So I always want to buy secondhand because I want exactly what I want. And I know I'm going to pay a little bit more for it, but I don't want to play that whole game. I don't even think I'll be paying more for it because I don't have to go in and do all that buying or whatever they do. So when I was on the Ritz-Carlton yacht, I was in the boutique and I was looking around and I thought to myself, well, I see a lot of Chanel bags and I see some Hermes, but I'm like, where are the Birkins and the Kellys? Because I had done a lot of research on what's on this ship and what they have to offer. So I thought it was kind of strange that I didn't see any. So I was looking around and looking at the sunglasses. So I was in a little bit of a different section. And I heard one of the guests talking to the sales associate, and she said something about the Hermes party. And I just referenced Legally Blonde. And so again, I'm going to reference the movie, the first one, the pink suits from the second Legally Blonde too. So in Legally Blonde, the original, she was in her dorm room, Elle Woods, Reese Witherspoon, and she had heard someone talking about a party, and she was so thrilled because she was such an outcast at Harvard. And so she ran out into the hallway and she said, oh my gosh, who's having a party? And then she sees her ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend and they're like, you're having a party? She's like, yes. And she's like, I love parties. And she's like, oh, well, it's a costume party. She's like, oh, I love costume parties. And she's like, okay, we'll be there at 8 and don't forget to bring your Merlot or whatever. And so Reese Witherspoon, Elwood, shows up to the party in like this Playboy bunny outfit. Meanwhile, it wasn't a costume party. And so when I was overhearing this, I was like, when she left, I went over to the sales associate and I said, "Oh, you have an Hermes party? Can I come?" I felt so silly asking, but I had overheard it and I was not going to miss out on this party. So she said, "Oh, yes, you can come." I said, "Well, where is it?" She's like, "Well, just meet here at 7. We're going to go up to the owner's suite. And that's when we unveil all of the Hermes and or the Birkins and the Kellys." And I was like, "Oh, great." So I was at the cocktail party and then 7 o'clock rolls around and it's so funny. It was almost like this, like, it was a word of mouth kind of thing. And so I told my husband, I'm like, "Come on, let's go. We're going to follow them to the owner's suite." He's like, "Where are we going?" I'm like, "Don't worry. It's just really expensive." My husband's like, "What are we doing?" I said, "It'll be fun. Like, we'll just go and see." So went to the owner's suite and it was really beautiful. They had all the champagne and then they had all of the different bags. And I had said to her in the boutique, I said, "Do you have a black box Kelly 28 with gold hardware?" And she said, "Yes, I do. It's from 1992. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's meant to be. I was like, this is going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. So when I went in, I saw this black box Kelly and it was so gorgeous. I just know how much history it had. I would love to know the woman that had it. Like, when did she buy it? Like, all of these things. They partnered with What Goes Around Comes Around. It's a consignment store in New York. They're based out of New York. And so that's who they do all of their secondhand bags with. She had told me a price when I was in the boutique. And then she told me the price when I was up in the suite. And I thought, oh my gosh, I was like, there's just no way. It's just like crazy. And then on top of that, there's a 22% VAT tax. And so I thought, oh my gosh, it's even worse. So I was like, oh, great. No, no thanks. Plus, I didn't know if it was repainted. I don't think it was, but I would like to know a little bit more history on it because that is a thing when it comes to box leather. So I was like, okay, I'm going to pass, but it was such a great experience. I loved seeing it. I just loved just all of it. And so when I got back, I actually had a bag transferred to the Real from, I think it was Dallas. You can transfer bags if you want to see them in person. So I had to transfer it to Palm Beach so I could go and see it in real life. I found a black box Kelly 28 in pristine condition, but it was a 2024. So it wasn't, I just wanted to kind of see it again and see if I was like really, really into it. And when I was there, I decided no. I just didn't feel it. Just wasn't right. So then I was scrolling the other night and I came across this bag that looked like a Kelly. And I thought, so interesting. Did they mismarket? Did they put it under the wrong designer? Because it was under Saks. And I thought for a moment, and then I had to like research, and I thought this could be really great. Like, I don't want to dupe. I don't want anything that's like pretend. But guess what? Let me show you. This is so interesting to me that this beautiful bag that, they said it was brown, and now I'm so perplexed because I only can see brown, but I was told it's black. Katie, my assistant, told me it was black. My husband said it was black, but I really still feel like it's brown. I don't know why, but it says black, and I'll show you. But anyway, I kind of feel like I showed you on Instagram, I did buy a little Coach cleaner and then a moisturizer for the leather. It said it was embossed leather. It has a really nice heavy hardware right here, the front. So you can take it apart, just like, basically from my research, because this is Saks Fifth Avenue brand, made in Italy, it said that at that time in the 80s, 90s, that it was such a popular style that a lot of different brands did come out with it. So we have Saks Fifth Avenue wanted to create their little, I guess, kind of interpretation of it. It told me that it was in fair condition, and I didn't care. I wanted it to be like used. So inside you'll see that it said there was some kind of like peeling here. I was like, even better. I love that. I love the fact that it's peeling a little bit. That's really the only part that's peeling. Like the edge, like all of the sides are really in great condition. The bottom's perfect. There was like a little tiny bit here. It comes with the strap. The strap's in great condition. So I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I totally manifested even better bag than the Kelly that was basically going to put me in the grave with how much it was. So I thought, this is absolutely fabulous. Look at that. I can wear it as a crossbody if I wanted to. And it's a lot easier. This is a lot easier to get into than the Kelly. That's the one thing I didn't really like about the Hermes, is that it was so hard to get into. But I love, it's very, see, this is much not so stiff like the other ones. That's why the girls wear it open. Like a lot of people don't understand why you have your bag open. It's because it's so difficult to get into. It's irritating and it's frustrating. So that was one thing when I saw it in Palm Beach, I was like, oh God, I cannot see myself doing that, especially for this price. I really want to love, and this is really easy and softer. So this is what I got instead. So it fit that whole vibe of me wanting something like this, but even better because it has all the history of being Saks. And who had this bag before me? So I was like doing a little searching in here, and then I found the original Saks Fifth Avenue tag on here. So back in the day, it was $250. If you can see, $250 back in the day. I did do the barcode and try to scan it and try to find it and whatever, but of course I couldn't. So that's all right. This is what I do. I, just find these little gems and I really enjoy it. I know you're going to want to know how much it was. I would love for you to guess. Love for you to guess how much this is. I'll pin my comments below and see if anyone gets how much I paid for this. Because I think that'll be a really great lesson in the fact that, you can get something that's absolutely beautiful, made in Italy, embossed leather, gorgeous. It looks nice and shiny now because I spruced her up. I gave her a little bath and I'm moisturizing. And you can have something much more valuable than, in my opinion, than the Hermes, because this has so much history to it. And not that they don't, but I just, I could not validate spending that much money on it. I just couldn't. I couldn't. So this is something I got that was really cool also. I wanted a red purse, but I wanted something that was really different and interesting. So this is Fendi. I have to look up what year. This even had like a little, I don't know, it has like a little clear thing I can take off of it. But this is a bag. It also has a strap inside. But want to see how cool this is? I keep forgetting what side it opens up on. Hold on a second. So this opens up, which one? What side? Here we go. I'm like, what side? Okay, there we go. So ready for this? I got to do a little cleaning on it, but look how cool this is. It's like a vanity. Do you see how cool? Look, I can put all my Nikol Beauty products in there. I think that I need to clean that up. It's just coming off a little bit because it's obviously very vintage. But you have a mirror inside. You have your vanity where you can put all your things, your little locks. So this locks here. So that's the bottom. And then at the top, you have your little Fendi zipper here. And then you open it up and it's just a little purse at the top. And then you have two pockets. You have a zipper pocket here, and then you have a snap pocket there, right here. And then the way you do this little strap, it's in really great condition too for being a vintage piece. And I loved it when I saw it, and then I had to do a little research on it. And that's how I found out. The listing did not show me that it was a vanity kit. So when I found another listing, and it showed all of the funness, is that even a word? All the fun things that this can do. And I was like, I can't believe that didn't show you the best part. So it's not a crossbody, but you can wear it as a shoulder. And it's just so neat because you know how I don't have to have all my makeup floating around in here. I can have it secretly all put into this great little vanity section. So that was a really fun find. I don't have a red purse. So that was really great. So those are I do have to find, so let me find the linen suit for you with the short suit, because I did a little post on Instagram and I put the song Reunited Feels so good. And that's really what happens. I feel like I'm on a mission to, maybe I could be part of that show, My Strange Addiction, where I feel the need to find the shorts or the skirt. Actually, I did find the skirt that goes with the linen jacket, but it did not fit at all. Oh my gosh, it was so small. I was so disappointed, but I feel like I have to find the match. Or is there a match? I never knew. I'm actually going to show you my 50th birthday outfit that I've never shown you. You saw it on Instagram if you watch me there, and I did put it on YouTube Shorts. But that's another reunited story for you. Okay, so here is the linen jacket. You can really see this one needs to be steamed a little bit, but this is wonderful. I bought it because in South Florida, having a linen jacket's great. It's very lightweight, very simple, has the buttons on the side. But you know what I did realize with this the skirt matched these buttons here. They're a silver with the black. Right. So I did notice, and I really didn't care because they fit, and the linen is obviously the same collection. It's just a different button, but this is nice too, because these buttons, now these are gold instead of being silver. This is nice because I can wear this with a button down shirt. I can do a lot of stuff with this, wear it with a t-shirt. So this is the little vintage set. So I bought this, I think in 2021 maybe. And then I found the little shorts that would match with them. Only difference is that it's silver and these are gold. So these didn't go together per se that I figured out, but in my little vintage world, they go together and they're very happy together. Now I'm going to show you the Oscar de la Renta outfit. Okay, so this is the outfit that I wore for my 50th birthday on the Ritz-Carlton yacht because I wanted to wear vintage Oscar de la Renta. Now this is a very interesting dress because it is, you can see the tag. The tag here is usually, it did say Saks on it. I thought it did. But anyway, it's from the Union. So you can see there's a Union little tag here, made in the USA. And I didn't know, I bought this. I don't even remember when I bought this. Oh, I'll tell you. I bought the jacket first. I'm obviously having a little bit of a brain freeze here. This is the dress that I bought. It's sleeveless, strapless, I should say. And it is silver and gold. And I thought that was perfect for my 50th because it's the golden year, but plus I love silver. So I thought it was really, and it's like a blush. So it was just really, I wanted it to be flashy. I wanted it to be vintage. So this is from the 80s, I believe. But I had first found this little, I would say, it's not really a jacket. It's like I don't know if it's maybe it's just considered a crop jacket. So you're going to see, this is why I thought it was Saks. So this was exclusively for Saks. So this is a 6. The dress is an 8. Again, this has the Union little tag on it also. And it's really neat because it's like this mesh. And I first found this and I wore it for my 45th birthday over a bathing suit because we were in Palm Beach. We went away for the weekend. It was a staycation because that was 2020. And we were thrilled to get out and be out out of the house. So that was October 2020 that I wore this. I probably found it in 2019 or 18. And then one day this dress popped up and I thought, I didn't know that it had a little second little part to this. So that's how that all came together. So I found this a couple of years ago and I've been holding on to it. And I thought, you know what? This is the perfect 50th birthday outfit. It's just sparkly enough. It's just, I think it just really flowed with the whole theme of the golden year, and it broke it up being silver too and kind of blush and not too over the top. It's just so pretty. It just fit so perfectly. I was just really, really happy. And I was so adamant about being in vintage for my vintage year. I know that a lot of you older that are going to say that, but you know what? Half a century old. Yes, we're going to say it's vintage. And being an Oscar de la Renta, one of my favorite designers, especially vintage. I don't buy a lot of current ready to wear. I love a lot of history and just, it has a lot of history in it. Think about it. How many people have worn this? When I reconsign this, if I ever do, it has that energy of my 50th being, in this incredible place in Italy. We were in Sicily, and I don't know. I think that the clothes just really just have life to them. And I just love the stories. And so those are just some of my fun little vintage finds that I found recently. I don't think there's anything else that I have found that I think is really, this takes me a while. It's not every day that really fabulous things pop up. I mean, I just can't believe that purse that popped up. I'm thrilled with it. I'm so happy to add it to my collection. And I hope you enjoy just kind of seeing a little bit of what's come in, kind of how I tick and what makes me so excited about the hunt and then waiting and being patient, and just all comes together. I just really enjoy it. So till my next video, I'll see you later.